Yeah, when I on YouTube, imagine I started streaming direct. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all good. So at least I have someone watching. I want to start from scratch on how to build your project, like how to start building a service such as Big Dev. Yeah, Simba, how are you doing? I hope you're good, man. I hope you're benefiting. So I want to build a service, microservice. Just a microservice is just like a project, okay? It's another fancy name for a project. So I want to build the API, and then within that API, I'm well and you, brother. Of course, I'm benefiting. Yeah. Thank you, bro. Thank you very much. So I want to start building the service, and then when building a project, there are so many things you have to do. You need to start from project management, something like that will confuse you. So today I'll be breaking down each and every task, and I'll be writing user stories, and I'll be setting up the environment where the application will be deployed. Where the application will be deployed, and also I'll be setting up the dev environment where the application will be, where the code will be saved. That is the GitHub. So to start, you start by writing project requirements document. I'll be following this as a template. This was my project requirement document for a certain service that I built. So yeah, this is it. I think I will start from here, from the name of the project, the the metadata, such as the Jira Epic. Epic is like in project management. Epic is something that takes a lot of time to be built, so it can cross within multiple sprint. Sprint is just like a given time where a feature can be implemented. So we have to create the name of the epic, create the date, estimate the date that the application will be delivered. Let's say you are working with a client, you need to estimate the date on which day will you deliver the application. What you need to is the document status. Is it on track? Are you tracking the document, the project requirements document? And then we have the product lead. Product lead is like the person who is responsible for the project. And we have the project lead, we have the engineering lead, who's the one responsible for the development. And then we have the design lead, the UX and UI, the person who is responsible for it. This metadata, it assumes that you're working with very many people. So we have table of content now. Within our table of content, we have the overview of the project. What are you intending to do? That's the overview. And then you have the goal. What do you want to achieve? Let's say I have this project. What is my goal with this project? What goal in mind do I have that this project can achieve? And then we have a success matrix. How will you measure the success of the project? How will you measure whether your application is successful or not? How will you measure that? And then we have the assumption and dependencies. Which dependencies are you going to use? And then what are you assuming that it will be there in the project? We also have the requirements. Hold on 1 minute. Where was what's up? No. This has to be here. Just a minute, I will come back. I stopped in assumption, right? So we'll be having requirements too. You need to list down the requirements in a tabular form. What are the things that you will need in order to build your project? So this will be the requirements. And then we have questions. Let's say the reason why I'm using Google Docs, let's say I'm working with somebody else. So I can get the questions. They can edit this Google Docs with the questions that they want. Or you can just have a questionnaire, give it to the people who will use the application, so that it can be the people who will use the application, can be just the stakeholders. So they will put their questions. And then finally you have things that are out of the scope of the project. What are the things outside the scope of this project? You need to also list them down. So let's start with the project overview. Here we have project overview. The project overview is what you want to achieve. Like, let's say this was my project requirements document for focus flow, that is the auth feature or the auth service. Now I'm developing another service, that is the cost service. I have to also create a requirements document. So if I'm building a new feature, I have to create a requirements document for it, or the PRD. So this is the PRD of the auth service. Now I'm creating a new service, so I have to create a PRD for it. But I'm explaining this, so this is the format that I will be using. So within the project overview here in my auth service is focus flow auth feature. We are creating a comprehensive authentication for focus flow for both web and mobile application. This is just the overview. This is the overview of what I'm going to create. Then you have a section of why are we building this. We are creating an authentication feature to allow users securely access their data from our platform and without other users interfering with their data without their permission. So this is the overview. So I will be creating something like this, the same in another. That's for the auth service. Let me duplicate this tab, and then let me go to home. I create empty document. Let's create a new document, and then I need a title, just like I did here, just like this. Then let me call my title as focus flow. By the way, this is my project. This is the project that I'm using for that. I already built it, but I'm trying to migrate from where I built it before, so that I want to perfect it. So that's why I've started from scratch, and I've built most of the things. Great work, legend. Okay, thank you, bro. Thank you. So yeah, as I said, I'm starting again from afresh. Like that's the writing requirements document of the course feature. I hope you're following, man. All right. So I have now I'm starting the course feature what requirements document. So let me call it focus flow course feature PRD like this. I'm following the same format here. Let me increase the font size because this is a header. Increase the font size. I think this is enough. And then the person who's building it, you need to put the name of the lead engineer. Let's say is the person who is responsible for what is going on for the PRD. I'll make it bold. Yeah. So I have the title, and then as I said, I need to set the metadata. Let me just get the whole of this table and then copy it there. Then after yeah. So I don't need this because I will create the epic for this one different. As I said, epic is like epic in project management is a feature that can be built within several sprint. So I might have many sprint, and then within the sprint I might have an epic. Let's say the epic is building a course. Building epic can be, let's say, building a course feature. So that feature can be divided into multiple sprint. Sprint is just like a given amount of time where you complete a given amount of task. Let's say within the sprint a sprint usually has like 2 weeks. If the feature is too small, you can build it within 1 week. But most sprint they take from 1 to 2 weeks. So I can have that sprint. Then within the sprint, I can have like the feature I'm building. It can be under a certain epic. So I will be building the epic. As I said, this is the delivery date. I have to estimate the delivery date, the date in which the feature will be done. So the other feature I started it 2 weeks before 26th of December. So this epic, if I'm starting it today, what is the date today? This feature, if I'm starting it today is 20th plus 14. That is it will be like 1st of December, something like 1st of no, not 1st, 4th of April. The screen has gone off. I'll fix it. What is the problem? I'll fix this issue. Yeah. So it's back now. Okay, so the estimate date will be 4th of let's say, okay, let me put it 8th of Feb 2026. That's the date I'm estimating that this project will be, this feature will be done. So I have the document status, it is on track. On track means that I'll be tracking it. Okay, and then let me add the table of content. So this will be the table of content. It's the same as that one. I'll be having the overview section, I'll be having the goal section, the success matrix, and then the assumption and dependencies. You have requirements and UX mockup if I have, and then questions. J International Cook, you're doing very good out there. Great hideaway, you and keep up. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. So after creating the table of content, I need to start with the overview. That's where the work will start now. Just like this, just like what I did here, I need to have my own project overview. Within here, I need to have my own project overview. So what is the project overview of this? Here I'm building a course feature. And within the course feature, I need to know why am I building this course feature. That is first of all. And then what is that course feature? That is the overview of it. As you can see here, when I wrote the PRD of this, I said focus flow auth feature. This is auth feature, right? We are creating a comprehensive authentication for focus flow for both mobile and web application. So here I need to explain why am I doing this. So here I'm creating a course feature. A course feature is a feature where users can get courses from YouTube, get courses that are not structured from YouTube or from other sources, and then get them in focus flow. And within focus flow, they can structure their course. They can structure their course, and they can have let's say in YouTube, when you have a playlist on YouTube, or when you are watching a course on YouTube, that course is not structured. First of all, it's not structured, and then it's not structured, and then you don't have a way of tracking in which level did you reach in the course. Let's say I'm done watching the course. You don't have like mark it as done. The course is just there on YouTube. It's just something you can come back and watch. But I'm turning that into a full learning system where you can learn that, where you can have a platform where you learn, and then where your course is structured, where you're given a certificate. Let's say if you are just motivated after learning the course, you are given like motivation, like you have done learning the course, you need to continue and do this and this. So this is it. What I will the project overview will be creating a comprehensive course feature where users can track the progress of their courses, either from YouTube, the courses are either from YouTube or from other sources. So it's like creating a central place where you can have structured courses with progress management, like managing the progress of your course. So this is it. So I can write here, creating a comprehensive course feature where you can have a centralized and structured course management with progress management of the course. So I recommend you to, let's say if you are writing your PRD, I recommend you to write it by yourself. Don't copy from ChatGPT. Don't copy from ChatGPT or don't copy from any AI, because if you copy from AI, you will not understand what you have done. And PRD is your project. That is not AI's project. So you can tell AI to do it for you, but you will not understand later what you want to implement. So it's better to write it by yourself, though you make a lot of typing errors. You make typing errors or you make grammatic errors, it doesn't matter. You will still understand what you have done. So that is the overview of that's the project overview. Is creating a comprehensive course feature where you can have a centralized and structured course management with progress management. All right. So why am I doing this? You need to ask yourself. Let's say you are building it. Why are you building it? If you give it to AI, AI will ask himself, why is he building that? Is it your project or is AI's project? So that's why it's important to do the PRD by yourself. Why am I building this? So it's like I'm asking myself a question so that I can understand later. What is the reason of building this? I'm building a course feature so that I cannot be distracted by other videos on YouTube. Let's say I'm learning something on YouTube, I cannot be distracted by other videos. So I'm creating a course feature where I can have my own structured courses. I can either mark the course done, I can track my progress in the course. Yeah, so that is the reason why I'm building it. I'm building it so that I cannot be distracted by other courses, by other videos on other sources such as YouTube and other sources. So I need to just come to focus flow, click on the courses, and then I get my courses. Add courses, I add my courses. So you need to give a reason why you're building this. Say building this to have a centralized and structured platform to manage my courses. My courses are not be distracted by other courses and videos out there. And another reason is building this to be able to track my progress of the courses I'm learning, like this. So I have to remove the bolt from this. Yeah, now I have two reasons why I'm building this. So anything that you're building in programming, anything in software engineering that you're building, you need to have a reason why you're building it. Otherwise it will be just useless. So you need a reason of something reasonable. You need to build something reasonable, and you need a reason why are you building it. Okay, I typed the name wrongly here. So after doing the project overview, let's see what next. How does this fit into our overall company objective? That is another question. How does this fit in our overall company objective? You need to think of your own objectives. What are your objectives? Your objectives can be, let's say, objectives is different from goals. Let's say you have a goal, and then objective is like, let's say, what are the things that you will do in order to achieve that goal? So how does this feature fit in my overall objectives of building this software? That's another question I have to ask myself. That is another question I have to ask myself. How does this fit into my overall objective? Let me see from here. In the auth feature, how does it fit? How does the auth feature fit in my overall company objective? The auth feature says that to have a user identity, a single user account must only belong to a single user. A user must be able to reset their password if they forget. A user must be able to log in using Gmail. So I can easily change this into, I can easily follow the same way I did here into this project. So how does it fit into the user objective? How does it fit into the objective of building focus flow? Having a structured course platform will help me do what? It will help me stay focused, first of all, and manage my courses, and also have a structured platform to manage my courses, or manage the videos, or mark a video done. So first of all, what will users manage to do with this? A user can manage to mark a course done. A user can manage to add a course. Let's say it can be a video from YouTube, and then get the link of that video and come and paste it in Focus Flow. It will immediately be a course. A user can manage to keep track of where they are in the course. A user can manage to mark the course as done. So this is how it will fit in Focus Flow objective. Let me get the question from here. And then go back to this. How does this fit into our overall company objective? First of all, is let me say a user can mark a course as done. A user, this is basically tracking the progress of the course. Let me say basically tracking the progress of the course. A user can mark a course as done, right? A user can have a structured place, structured place where they can manage and learn peacefully from their because it is now coming, right? So these are the two objectives that I have now for this feature. I need the user to be able to track their progress and also have a structured place where they can manage and learn peacefully. So that is it. Let's go to the next thing. As you can see, the project requirements document is coming. As you can see, I'm not copying anything from AI. You just need to learn project management and just start writing your PRG by yourself. I think that is the best way you can. It will help you a lot. You don't need to copy because the AI can do for you something, but you don't need to copy it. You don't need to copy the text from AI because you will forget it. So the next question is, who are we solving this for? Okay. Who are we solving this for? You need to have, you need to know, because you can have a problem and you don't know who you are solving the problem for. You need to know whom are you solving the problem. So I have to think of the person who. So icing is now making you think about who will use your application and who will use the application, so that if you did not think of anyone who can use this application, then you are not building. Then what you are building will be useless. So you need to always think. You need to think ahead. I'm building this feature. I'm building this app. This is specifically to the future. I'm building this feature. Whom am I building the feature to? I need to think for the person whom I'm building the feature to. So one thing I'm thinking of is I'm building this feature for students all working professionals who wants to upskill or wants to learn something new, but in a structured way, in a structured and free way, rather than going to Udemy and looking for this and this course, rather than going for. By the way, focus flow here will not only be for learning this. You can learn basically anything. Focus flow is not the one responsible for giving you the resources. You get the resources from wherever you want, and then you just add them as a structure, and you add them to focus flow, and focus flow will structure your course for you. So this is a right now, as what I said is, okay, what I'm building is solving a problem. At least it's solving a problem to someone who wants to learn something new but is confused. He doesn't have a structure. He doesn't have anything. He doesn't know where to start from. So instead, you can just get the YouTube playlist and then put it in focus flow. Now you have a full course where you can start learning. You can start managing your videos. You can start marking the courses down, and then you also get motivation and gamified with levels. After I finish this, I need to go to the other level. So whom am I building this for? Let me see, whom am I building the auth feature for? Let's say when we see whom am I building for the auth feature, not the benefit. Okay, we are solving this overall users of focus flow, right? The overall users. But this, whom am I building the course feature for? I'm building it for a learning professional who wants to have skilled and who wants to have a structured way of learning. So let me say maybe I can be building it with someone, though I'm the one building it alone. So I hope someone can join me and build this application with me together. If you message me immediately, I will add you to the GitHub. I will add you to my GitHub, and make sure you message me when you know what you know, when you are good at what you're doing. You can be having any skill, but as long as you are good at what you can be able to work with me in this course. And if you are willing, I'm just saying, if you are willing. So we are building this feature to learning professional who are seeking to have a structured way of learning. Yeah, this is it. Just learning professional, no, learning working professional or students. We'll start with the students. Students and working professionals. Spelling errors. Who are seeking to have a structured way of learning. Yeah, I think this is reasonable. At least I have audience that I'm building for. I have users that I'm building for. So after doing this, I need to go to the next now. Let me check this guy. I'm not sure he is there. Let me send it to this guy. So okay, let's continue. So I want to be continuing from what are the benefit of building this? What will I benefit if I build a structured way of learning? What are the benefit of building this course feature? So now it's also making me think of the benefit. What will be the benefit? What will be the benefit of building this? The benefits of building this is, let me think of it. Of course, if someone comes to a platform, let's say the platform is already built, and you go to courses section, and then you manage to add a course, you manage to start following a course, you manage to, let's say, learn a new skill, something very beneficial. So I need to articulate this into words so that I can put it here. So the benefit of this is a user can have a structured way of learning and can master skills, and can learn new things without distraction. So let me copy what are the benefit here, and then I put the benefit. I'll come here. Now the benefit. I say after building this feature, a user can have a structured way of learning. Can have a structured way of learning and can manage their courses, can have a structured way of learning and can help them, can help those who will use it should enter into flow state immediately while they start learning something new. So flow state is flow state is, let's say, I think you guys have ever experimented. Have you ever sat down one day and then start doing something that you haven't done before but you are interested in it. It's not difficult to do, and it's not easy to do, but you feel like there's a lot of dopamine release. You're very happy, you're very focused, and you're in between, you're excited of doing that. Then you see time flying, time going, and you don't even feel hunger. You're just there working, you're locked in. So that's what we call a flow state. So the main aim of this, I want users to enter into that state. I want users to, get into the flow. I want users to get into the flow. All right. So these are the benefit. I can mention a lot of benefit for building this feature, but I think this is enough. So I'm coming to the goals of this project now, the goals of this service. So let me put here project goals. What are the goals of this project? What are the goals of this feature? One thing that I learned about building, about working with agile. I know most of the people watching this stream, they are engineers and they learned about agile. At least you learn something about project management. At least. I remember at school we did it in my third year of software engineering. We learned about project management. So there's something called agile. Agile is like building application within a sprint. A sprint is just a time frame of 1 to 2 weeks. You can do your planning, you can I think that the stream has lagged or what? I'll try to refresh. I think my stream is lagging. Let me start it again. Why on earth did you start lagging? You guys are supposed to show me that it started lagging, man. Alright. Because I'm not seeing anything reflected this side. I need to... When you stop, you will not be able to reconnect your stream, will you? Stop. Okay. Let me first let me first view this. Let me first view the stream again from my ends. Why is it lagging? Why did it stop? Why did my stream stop? Let me first check here. Okay, I can see that it stops from here. So let me try to fix this and then come back again. Fix this, fix it once again. Sorry, I have to stop it and start it again. I have to stop it because it has, the OBS got stuck within